And a pleasant good evening and welcome inside the nest at Cranston High School West. It's the playoffs, the quarterfinals round, as the number 3 seed Cranston West Falcons host the number 6 seed Westerly Bulldogs. Matt Ellis in the broadcast with you. Thanks so much for tuning in on a cold and blustery Friday night. 50 degrees at tap time here in Rhode Island as we have stretched ourselves from what it was a season that began back in the summer to now a season that feels like it's in the late fall / early winter. Don't forget to set your clocks this weekend as we'll shift and unfortunately fall back. Sunday, 2 a.m. 40 minutes on the clock in 2 halves of soccer. If we hit the end of 80 tied, we will have overtime. If it is tied at the end of overtime, a penalty kicks set will follow that, as someone has to win and get a trip to Johnston High School in the semifinals on Tuesday evening. Westerly in the all-white kit. Cranston West in the all-red. And it'll be Anthony DeLuca in net for the Falcons. Chase Wycall for Westerly. And Falcons will have the tap to start this one. Sent back into the midfield, and we're underway. This one's going to get cleared all the way through. Looking at an early stretch for Sam Naifa. Nothing there, and an early throw-in for Westerly does not go their way. Tapped outside on the far touchline. And Westerly's going to clear that one out as well, too. So Falcons progressive play into the final third. Here just 30 seconds into this match. Long throw. Hit right off of the head. Referee whistles for offside. And Westerly with the kick. Good ball sent all the way through. Into midfield. Settled on the far side. Bulldogs trying to move that one along. Was the 7 of Nicholas Suter. Play into the west bench. Falcons playing And a false 2 up front. Really more playing a 1-3. As they try to move this one along, they're going to say out of bounds. And a Westerly throw. Despite all the fisticuffs that were going along the touchline. This one's going to come long and get headed away in a corner kick. Coming up for Westerly, and may have been a little tricky inside of the box. Off of the head of Jonathan Frias. So corner kick from the far side for the Bulldogs. Good ball up, comes a cross and a score. Found a head right at the top of the box. And Westerly on the board. First of the game from the 7 of Nicholas Suter. Shock start for the Bulldogs. They're going to say Lucas Pinnell actually had the goal, so off of Suter's head for Pinnell. And 1-0 here early. Just gets past the outstretched foot of Molina. Frias. Far side for Naifa. And a whistle for offside against Westerly as they were trying to break the back line. And Amaral right there to be able to make the stop. That ball slotted through, kicked away from Westerly. West has been inside of the Westerly final third 3 times so far. This match has not really had a true shot on goal. This one will get sent back into the center of the pitch once again. Brady Smith moving that along for the Bulldogs. Trying to slot inside, looking for the 4 of Thomas O'Keefe. Taken away by the Falcons instead. Elise trying to go for Molina. Carries through. And 3 white jerseys in front of him, nowhere to go. Needed a little help on an overlap into the corner. Could have possibly opened things up a little bit more for the Falcons. That one gets knocked out of bounds. Another Westerly throw closer to midfield. Trapped down for Ramirez. Ramirez, good slot ball along the touchline, trying to be controlled there by Inocencio. Parker Inocencio has that one kicked right off of his foot. Look at a Falcons throw. Inside once again for Inocencio, and that one kicked away. Now play, and that one will go back to the Falcons. Third straight throw-in. Deep into the 6. Trying to get that one. They had it inside the 18. Could not make the turn. Gooch is going to kick this one up. Turning ball for the Falcons for Ramirez out in the corner. He is able to keep that one. No. Referee said just across the line was Ramirez before the ball reached, and so offside is called. Gooch ducks, and smartly as that one's tapped out of side of the byline from Sir Luca. So first 6 of the match comes favor the Falcons. In front of Knifa, goes past him. Corralled at center of the pitch and sent back in. Reaching for one there. Molina. Amaral. Sent forward for Inocencio. Dropped that one back as they switch field, and Ramirez pops that one up. Frias. Knifa with a Westerly player on his back. Gets the call in his favor. It goes off of Marchioni. Deep throw in. Trying to get this one inside the box off of Inocencio. Came right back down. And the header right into Wycall's mitts. Lena for Knifa. Knifa got in a tangle with Salico. Far side touchline near to the bench side. Frias now as the Falcons try to switch sides and open up for Ramirez. Ramirez on the slot of the post, and that one gets poked just wide, and they're going to say it will be a 6 for Westerly. Gooch. Frias tripped from behind, and the referee does make the call. So Amaral tries to go quickly far side. Looking for a slot along the touchline. Nothing open for the Falcons. They switch back. Gooch now here near side. Far side once again. Frias in the middle. Flicks that one. Comes back to him as he looks to slot for Knifa. Knifa down the line along with Inocencio. Knifa cuts back inside. Frias. Looking for Molina. Yeah, this one will get sent away. David Horde back on the defensive line for the Falcons as they slot this one back through for Ramirez out of play. And a Falcons throw. That one will get kicked off of a Westerly player out of bounds. Another Falcons throw, still deep in the final third. Falcons looking to get inside the 18. That one drops and is kicked away. So here comes Westerly, Sir Luca. That one just trots all the way back for DeLuca to pick that up and send it forward. Tic-tac-toe from the defense, gets it to Frias. Frias tries to go this one outside for Ramirez. Ramirez opening a little bit of space. Good cross, and Inocencio just a little too high for him, and then Naifa sends it back across and out of play. Hugely positive sequence from the Falcons there. They got behind Westerly's back line with space and time. The cross for Inocencio just a little too high. Shielded by Ramirez out of play. And an errant throw past Inocencio. Creates a 6 for Westerly. Lena called for the push. And Westerly will get the restart as O'Keefe goes down to the turf. If you tuned in late, Lucas Pinnell on a header early for Westerly. Put them on the board. And the Falcons, the 3 seed in this state playoff tournament, on their heels already. Couple of good opportunities from the Falcons. And Inocencio probably had the best one of this half. Just a little high for his vertical reach. Falcons had a second attempt on that play, knocked away by Naifa just over top of the crossbar. That was the best sequence that we've seen out of the Falcons so far in this game. Westerly with a throw-in from just along the side of the Falcons bench. That one turns inside, and the Falcons defense has to be quick and smart to be able to get that one away. Naifa tried to move that one up through the midfield. He gets knocked off of the play. As Frias tries to battle for it, and now it's kicked up high. Will come down off the chest of Pinnell for Wade off of his foot in a Falcons ball. Ramirez bumped from behind. Ball, however, off of the Westerly player. Inocencio. That one popped right up. Medford had an opportunity. The West player getting dumped down from behind. That's Naifa. No call from the officials. For Ramirez once again, and that one off of the foot of a Bulldogs defender. Frias far side. I cannot slot that one through to Medford. Frias. Nowhere to go. Knocked out a play by Westerly. Naifa. Inocencio. Ramirez Came back again, and Asensio another turn. And out of play off Westerly, corner for the Falcons. Up inside, scores! Cross play right inside the 6. And Jack Mefford puts this one level.
Cranston West goal scored by number 6, Jack Mefford.
Beautiful cross on the corner from Parker and Asensio to Jack Mefford. And both goals scored on headers from corners as here goes Frias. And a rejuvenation in this Falcons team. There is a little bit of a pep in their step right now on this field after that goal from Mefford. This one's going to bounce and will be collected by Wycall. Wycall will kick that one back through. Bree Smith. And offside called. There's the 10 of Thomas Serluca. Here's Gooch. Drops that one back for DeLuca. Looking through. And the Falcons will see that one get shepherded all the way back. Picked up by Wycall. Mefford and Frias trying to work through. Here goes Malaise. Out of play. Kept in, actually. Right along the line. Painted the line, and the Bulldogs able to keep it in. It was back for DeLuca. Frias tripped as he tries to collect that one in the backfield. And we'll get the free kick for the Falcons. As we approach on 20, that one right up from Naifa and Wycall. Had to think quickly. Parker and Asensio, and kicked away very quickly there from the 13 of Andrew Albamonte. 20 minutes gone by. And a 1-1 scoreline. Westerly early on a corner kick. Lucas Pinnell got a head in. Falcons just a short bit ago on a corner kick. Jack Mefford got a head in. In this quarterfinal matchup, 3-seed Falcons to the 6-seed Westerly Bulldogs. Winner gets a trip to the semifinals Tuesday night at Johnston High School. Not against Johnston. That is just the neutral site location for the state playoffs. Should one of these sides reach it through to the championship game, it'd be next weekend at Rhode Island College. As Casey Gooch sends that one well out of play. Frias stepping up on the attack there as he tried to go toe-to-toe against O'Keefe. Kicked out of play, thrown back in by Pinnell. We'll be back to the Falcons this time as that one off Sir Luca on the throw-in from Pinnell. For Gooch. Waste. Long for an Asensio. Off Frias for Ramirez on the outside line. Sent very long and deep. Molina and that one for Naifa. Frias will come back for DeLuca, and the Falcons will try to stretch the field. Gooch. Slots over for Amaral. Back for DeLuca. Falcons burning clock right now. Not like they can burn out the half. There's still 17 minutes left to play. Westerly pushing high. Gooch will send this one. It'll come off of Pinnell. Down on the feet of the 4 of O'Keefe as O'Keefe tried to turn that one. 3 red jerseys right there. Loose ball opens up for Smith. And a smart play from Casey Gooch takes that away. Off of Mefford. Gooch, got to be careful here. That one lands right back onto the feet of the 6 of Smith, and DeLuca has to be crafty to make the save. Mefford for Naifa. Overlapping throw for Naifa, and they're going to call that one a push on Sam Naifa. This ball bounces in front of Amaral. Westerly's offense trying to set here in the final third, and no. Onside, offside, onside, offside. And they get caught. A little too much movement there from the Bulldogs. Ramirez, a little bit of a tug on his arm. No call from the referees. As in Asensio brings that one down. Sliding defensive stop. And now getting upended. And they're going to call for a stoppage of play on the clock as one of the Falcons players, and a yellow card. So it's Jack McGovern, the 15, for Westerly, given the yellow card. And the Falcons are going to get a free kick. In a dangerous position here from about 35 out. High and long. substitutions for the Falcons and for Westerly. As they'll send this one back. And a 6 from the Bulldogs. Out to the corner, just kept in. Knocked back for Amaral. Now for DeLuca. Amaral. For DeLuca once again. Falcons looking for a progressive play out of the backfield. Can't find space right now. And it's out right at the Falcons bench for a Westerly throw. Amaral tried to go up, knocked away. And out of play, they're going to call it off of the Falcons. And Albamonte to throw in for the Bulldogs. That came off of the 13 of Tyler Gasoli. Oh, no! Westerly has done it again. They've caught the Falcons up high. And a second goal.
Westerly goal scored by number 6, Brady Smith.
Brady Smith is credited. And once again, the Falcons trying to push out of the backside. Push too high. Same situation on the corner kick. Everybody up around the 12-13 and right by the penalty dot, and it snuck in behind them. Here's Naifa trying to go through quickly. Nowhere for him to go. Ball knocked out of play. Falcons are going to get a throw in here deep. Can they answer back once again? Here is Naifa cutting across. Looking for a little bit of help, and Mefford sent it high. It did deflect off of a Bulldog. We're going to get a Falcons corner. Well, they scored on their first corner of the game. See if they can do this one again here with about 10 left to play. Comes across. Bounces. Wycall will pick that one up. Frias and Gooch in the midfield. They collide there with the 10 of Sir Luca and the 4 of O'Keefe. Mefford on the touchline. Take it away. Frias slide tackles underneath. Clean play there from Frias. Allows the Falcons to come up with the ball. Bumped from behind and then kicked into. We'll get a free kick from the Falcons. And Molina got knocked to the turf. And he'll set this one up. Takes the shot. Hits just high. Got the crossbar of the football uprights. Two feet lower, and that one's in. Two 2-1 Westerly with 8 and change left to play here in the first half. Lucas Pinnell, Brady Smith for the Bulldogs. Jack Mefford for the Falcons. Bulldogs struck first. Falcons drew it even. Bulldogs struck again. Falcons trying to draw even again as sliding out as Wyckoff. Loose ball hit off the post. Oh, Molina's going to want that one back. Had Wyckoff down, had him well out of position. Plenty of open space behind, hit it right off the post. Knife offside. Very late whistle. So free kick for the Bulldogs here. 7 and change. Gooch for Knifa. Molina for Mefford. Mefford taken down. Whistle from the referees and a free kick for the Falcons. Malace may have mishit that one. Tried to one touch the tap across from Frias. Favored ball for the Falcons as that one's going to get knocked out of play and a deep throw in for the Falcons. They go quick. Molina taken down. Falcons maintain possession for the moment as that one's going to get kicked out into the Westerly bench. Falcons ball. Good strike right in the backside of a Westerly defender. Tyler Gasaldi trying to push that one through for the Falcons, taken away instead by Westerly. And Robert Wade got stood up by Chris Malise. Frias, and that one knocked away. Falcons hunting for a tying goal. Here in the final 5 minutes of the first, there's a ball right in front of Wyckoff, and that one's going to get scooped up. Push from behind. Takes a moment, and we finally get the whistle. Jonathan Frias will set this one up. Frias carries. Molina. Far side for Amaral. Amaral. Comes back for DeLuca. Looks across for Casey Gooch. Gooch. Back for Amaral once again on the far side. Falcons trying to stretch this Westerly offense. Opens up in favor for the Falcons. Long shot just over top of the crossbar. And a great through ball down the far side touchline for the Falcons in just an unlucky position. Offside called on the Bulldogs. Alexander Luzzi a little too high for the referee's liking. Wasting the final three. Knifa. Knifa gets pushed from behind, tried to slot one there for Mefford. Yeah, a little bit past him. Whitecall from the very corner of the 18 boots this one high up into the sky. Comes down. Opportunity for Mefford again, trying to turn this one back. And a little too far. Nice. Out of play. Off of Moise. Robert Wade with the throw in. Check those 5 of Lucas Pennell as Wade shuffled that one out. This one's going to come right back across the byline. Bounces off of O'Keefe. Turning opportunity for the Falcons right on the foot of Knifa. Knifa, good turn and taken down, no call. Inside of the final 2. And we'll wait for the official whistle to the halftime. Comes from the referees on the field. Our clock is what we approximate. As the referees have called stoppage time, especially on the yellow card that was issued. As DeLuca will send this one. Gasaldi past him, punched out by Whitecall. And Whitecall came up over top of a West player to make that punch out. And the referee calls the penalty. So the infraction called against the Falcons there, despite how far out Whitecall was. There's Gasaldi. Knifa looking inside. Midfield play for Brady Smith in the final 15 seconds. Or so we estimate, as that one goes high and wide, and a 6 for the Falcons. And for all intent and purpose, this should bring us to the half. Not of the benefit of a fourth official with a board, so we don't know how much time is the differential, but should not be very much, as Gasaldi's going to try to make one more run. Comes back for Frias. Out of play. Off David Ward. Moise. Knocked from behind, and they're going to say 50-50, and then Moise comes back and just takes out the Westerly player. Well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. And this game is probably going to get very chippy in the second half. And they whistle in a free kick for the Falcons, and we're going to get the whistle for half instead. Casey Gooch having a chat with the referee.
That's the end of the first.
40 minutes in the books, 40 to go. Falcons have some work to do. They trail 2-1 against the Westerly Bulldogs in this Rhode Island High School State quarterfinal. You're watching High School Boys Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network. Back here as we're set for half number 2. Falcons looking for a game-tying goal in this quarterfinal matchup against the Westerly Bulldogs. Match all for the year on Fans Only Sports Network. Thanks so much for tuning in this evening. Crisp 50 degrees at tap time. Dropped down to 47 now, as we are definitely into the fall weather. Jack Mefford for the Falcons tied the game after the game opener from Lucas Pennell. And then Brady Smith for the Bulldogs. About 13 left to go in the first half. Gives us our 2-1 scoreline. As Horde throws this one in for the Falcons. For Smith. Moved along for Sir Luca. Sir Luca. That's one over for Wade, and Wade can send a ball that's picked up by DeLuca. That one curled just past Wade, landed onto the foot of Molina, and that one kicked out of play. Molina tried to go over top for Naipa. It's the 12 of Josh Smith. Frias with a little bit of a jersey tug coming from the opposite number 10 of Sir Luca. And a curling ball all the way in front of Gasaldi. Taken away, and Gasaldi able to deflect that one off of a Westerly defender. A West throw for Gasaldi. Battles for that one deep in the corner. Out of play, West ball still. Winner of this game gets a trip to the semifinals Tuesday. Both semifinal games at Johnston High School. if either of these sides that go to that game, whichever one it may be, were to be victorious, state championship game next weekend at Rhode Island College. Past Smith. Knifa. Out of play. Back for Horde. We'll head for the byline off of the Falcons, and so a 6 for the Bulldogs. Horde. Frias. Inside for Mefford. Long switching ball looking for Gasaldi. And a white call is there first. Drop down center of the pitch. Smith for the Falcons. And it ping-pongs around off of Smith, and so it'll be a Bulldogs throw. Mefford trying to outreach for Gasaldi once again. That one inside of the 18 will be scooped by Wykall. Mefford. Good pickup on the far side touchline. Tried to turn that one inside Frias. Little flick from him, back from Mefford, take it away. Frias comes back to get it once again and knocked out of play. A Bulldogs throw on the edge of their defensive third. Tyler Gasaldi looking inside for Mefford. Comes all the way back for Horde. Horde's going to send that one up. Molina. Check that Smith. And out of play. Smith. Knifa. Frias. Mefford. Trying to slot back through. Molina. Shot. Wide. A 6 from the Bulldogs. Frias takes that one down. Outside Horde on the touchline. Has to think backwards. Will go through for DeLuca. Mefford. Far side. Frias in the middle. Back for Mefford. Mefford looking for a turn. Goes to Frias. Frias will slot through. Looking for Knifa. Came down short. Molina once again tries to step over and take it away by the Westerly defense. I'll say off Gasaldi, and so we'll get a Bulldogs throw. Deep throw. Amaral. Frias. Turns off for Smith. knocked away by the Bulldogs. Mefford, as he stepped over top of Robert Wade, was able to dispossess him. Lena. And out of play. Or a very on-point offside called by the official. Literally as the moment the ball received into the space. Nifa. Trying to switch. Did not get that one all the way across. Comes back down for Nifa. Looking for Molina inside. Bumped away by 2 white jerseys. Now 3 comes back for Nifa again. Striking shot. Curls for Wycall. A little bit of a mishit from Wycall as that one spun off the side of his shin. Got about 50 yards on it, but still was a spinner that came straight down. And Wycall taking a moment to adjust his sock and shin guard as well. So you can clearly see that was errant from Wycall. Horde for a potential long throw here. We'll get this one inside the box. Bounces down in front. Smith gets a handle to it. And Wycall will scoop that one up. Ten gone by here in the second half. And the Falcons still chasing for that second goal of the match on their side. Two from Westerly in the first against the Falcons. One, as this one is going to come back for David Horde and the Falcons. Molina. He got that one from Frias, and it's turned back by the Westerly defense. And Thomas Serluca trying to move forward. Josh Ferrando on the touchline for the throw in here for Westerly. Second throw in this time comes in the 13 of Albemonte. And Albemonte caught for an illegal throw in. Turns the ball to West. Amaral. Frias. Smith was looking for the overlap. Overlap was late. Cleared out by Westerly. Frias in the middle, 10 on 10. As Frias battles there with Serluca. Salty in the corner. That one kicked away by Westerly will end up as a corner. Falcons scored their lone goal of the game on a header from a corner kick. Can they pull the match level? This one is up and away. Comes right back down. Second attempt. They can insert this one if they go quickly. They do. Redirect score! Sammy Nifa found a hole inside of the Westerly defense and pops one up into the top side of the net.
Cranston West goal scored by number 9.
This match is level at 2. It has been corner kicks, the story of the game. For both sides. And Sammy Naifa. That one not exactly on the corner kick. That's more on the second attempt after the corner kick. But Naifa still awareness inside of the box. Was able to get ahead to it. And we've had 4 goals all scored by headers. Frias chases this one back. Westerly trying to move along here. That one will get scooped up by DeLuca. A whistle and a stoppage from the referees. There's an injured Falcons player who comes off of the pitch. That may actually be Sammy Naifa. Chris Malaise comes back in. And we'll take a look at it. It's Ramirez who's the player in a spot of bother. Naifa brings this one down for Mefford. Jack Mefford, Sammy Naifa for the Falcons, Lucas Pinnell, Brady Smith for Westerly as Naifa tried to get around a falling Bulldogs defender. And David Horde will send this one in. Mefford bottled out by 3 white jerseys out of play and another Falcons throw. Inside the box for Naifa, bounces over top of his head. Wycall will scoop. Still plenty of time left in this match. Getting pushed from behind was Gasaldi. Frias over to try to cut that one off. Malaise tracking back quickly. And so too is Casey Gooch. And now words between a Westerly player and Gooch. And the Westerly coaches and it's actually West's coach all the way down in the Westerly bench. That was West's coach all the way down in the Westerly bench area, jawing at one of the referees. And he got away with one there, and now the referee having a chat with players from both West and Westerly. As he sort of tells them to knock it off. Playoff game, tensions always run high. And DeLuca is going to go ahead and grab that one right out of midair. Good boot from DeLuca. Bounces for Naifa. Drops that one off. It's turned by Mefford to the outside. And for Molina, Gasaldi. Release off of the Westerly player and West ball. Go deep corner for Naifa. Right along the touchline. Naifa trying to look inside for the byline. Naifa splitting through two Westerly defenders. Has the ball taken away. And a Westerly player down on the turf now, and the referee just immediately stepping right in between. Not only has it gotten colder as this game has gone on, but the wind has picked up too. We can feel it blowing into the broadcast booth area up top from Cranston West Stadium. Wish we were at Cranston Stadium tonight. We'd be a little bit more protected for the elements than we might be in this box. As we approach upon the 1 hour mark, with 20 minutes of regulation left to play for Naifa. Naifa to the byline off of Wycall, but it was across the line before it deflected off of him, so it'll be ruled a 6. And are the Falcons knocking on the door of possibly having a lead in this match for the first time tonight? Westerly struck first early in the first half. West tied it at 1-1 before the Bulldogs went back up on top 2-1 with about 13 left to go in the first half. Falcons tied it here in the second on a header from Sammy Naifa. As Naifa battles for it here, nifty little move from Naifa. Looking for Mefford. Smith. Mefford takes that one away. Mefford, a curler! What do they call? Did it just only catch the crossbar? No. It did catch Wycall's glove before the crossbar. So corner kick here for the Falcons. This one curls up and inside off of Mefford's head. Comes back down right in front of Gasaldi. Kicked away for a moment. The Falcons trying to settle this one. Melise for Naifa. Naifa right at the top of the box. Can't turn that one completely. Comes back for Horde. Slots through for Mefford. Mefford has that one taken away. Kicked out of play. Came off of the 9 of Wade, and now we're going to get a substitution for the Falcons. They're going to take off the 12 of Josh Smith. Horde throws that one through. They go for a little bit of body in the middle, putting Parker and Asensio back in. Frias. DeLuca. DeLuca. For Molina. For Naifa. Came right back to Naifa as it went one touch off McGovern. Wycall had a little bit of an adventure there with that save. Getting upended far side of the field is Chris Mason. They're going to be a Falcons free kick. Long ball headed back across by Naiva, comes back down from Atlanta. That one kicked away. Comes back to Frias. Good long ball again, and they call offside. Right on the line was Mefford. Just a shade too early. Past an Asensio. Bulldogs look on the outside here for Wade. Wade can't control that one. Went for an Asensio past McGovern. This is going to be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Ferrando looked for Wade. Naifa. Trying to go overlap there as they were looking on the outside for Horde to make a switch up front. Comes back for DeLuca. Amaral. Got that one forward for Mefford for Naifa on the touchline. Naifa cuts inside. Naifa taken down, and the referee will let it go. Frias. Comes all the way back and shepherded in for DeLuca. Lena. Salty. That one deflected off of a Westerly player on the cross attempt from an Asensio. Wycall. Long throw out for Wade. And out of play. Horde. Lena. Horde once again. Good strike, scores! Jack Mefford. A one-touch rifle. His second of the match, and the Falcons up 3-2. First time this evening the Falcons have a lead in this match as Jack Mefford gets his second of the night. And an absolute rifle. One touch from about 15 out. And they're going to throw this one in again, and it's a Falcons throw. Cleared all the way down. Molina. Lace. And Asensio. Parker and Asensio for Sammy Naifa. Naifa scores! Sammy Naifa, his second of the night. It's 4-2 Falcons.
Cranston West goal scored by number 9, Sam Nifa.
And Naifa with the Cristiano Ronaldo Sioux celebration. As the Falcons up 2 after they've trailed a majority of this match in the last 2 minutes, 2 goals, and a 4-2 lead, and it's been Mefford and Naifa all night long. That one curls and sent away by the defense as an Asensio knocked down from behind. After the long kick from Thomas O'Keefe, and the referee's not liking the looks of that, will call the foul. DeLuca's going to come up to kick this one for the Falcons. They're going to go progressive play right up through the midfield. David Horde from the outside touchline. Near side to our broadcast position. Goes back for DeLuca. Looking long ball for an Asensio. Comes back down for Naifa. Amaral. Back for DeLuca. As we approach 70 gone by, 10 to go remaining in this quarterfinal match. The 3rd-seeded Cranston West Falcons, 6th-seeded Westerly Bulldogs. Shall the scoreline hold? It would be the Falcons to advance to Johnston High School on Tuesday night. In a semifinal, here's Parker and Asensio offside. Falcons fans imploring for one more. They've got the brace as that one curls just wide. And off of a Falcons player in process. So corner kick for Westerly. Knocked out of play once again. Completely misstriking there, but somehow getting the foul called was Sir Luca. So here's Sir Luca on the free kick. Right into the wall. Comes right back down to him as he drops down to the turf again, and this time it's kicked away. Out of play over top of the Westerly bench for a Westerly throw. Gooch will just kick that one back into the center of the pitch, trying to go for an Asensio. It bounces over top. Parker and Asensio, and there's a steal from an Asensio. Took that one right off of the feet of O'Keefe. McGovern trying to recover there for the Bulldogs. Sends that one all the way back up front, looking for Brady Smith. Good takeaway from Frias. Wycall venturing up. As Amaral will send that one back for DeLuca. Ramirez back on the field for the Falcons. Good to see him back after he went off. In a spot of bother, here's an Asensio. Parker and Asensio push from behind. They're going to call the corner at least, but Parker and Asensio got dumped down hard from behind and no call from the officials. Now we're going to get a whistle to stop the clock. And unfortunately, there is no VAR check for penalty in high school soccer, though the referees will have a nice little conversation between each other right now. But Parker and Asensio right at the corner of the box. Getting knocked down, and are they going to send an Asensio off? So they are sending Parker and Asensio off. Deep throw, and that one came off the backside of the foot of Chris Melise. And out of play. 6 and change. Knifea. Out in the corner. Long kick. Knifea once again from midfield. Knocked away for Frias. That one will go through. Horde back for DeLuca. Handball. Off of Lena right in the center of the pitch. O'Keefe. Sir Luca. And well out of play and coming up limping on the play. Looks to be a cramp for Frias. The Falcons making a substitution they probably did not want to make here with just 3 left to go. And the Falcons' back line is going to have to come up big. Final 2 minutes of play. And the Falcons, who trailed most of this game, in a 2-minute span went from 2-1 to 4-2. And find themselves on the verge of a berth in the semifinals. And this one's going to get kicked off along the side touchline, well up high, and getting thrown down was Ramirez, and that one's out, and the Falcons can waste time here. They're going to get a free kick. Into the box. Turned! And Wycall makes the save. Officials have the official time. They're going to wait. We're going to hear the whistle. Melise is going to kick that one out of play. Westerly, one more throw in. For all intent and purpose, should get a whistle here in short order. Westerly went up 1-0. Falcons tied it at 1-1. Westerly went 2-1. Falcons 3-2 and then 4-2 in the span of about 2 minutes. Salty to the corner. Taken away by Westerly as they push this one forward through the middle of the pitch. Horn sounds, whistle from the referees. That's it. Falcons will head to Johnston High School on Tuesday night to the Division II state semifinals.
7:30 at Johnston High School versus Coventry High School.
They will play the Coventry Oakers in the semifinals Tuesday night. And the 3-seed Cranston West Falcons are still alive. That'll do it for us here from Cranston High School West. Falcons, a double from Sammy Naifa, a double from Jack Mefford, 4-2, a quarterfinal victory over the Westerly Bulldogs. For all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network, thanks so much for tuning in. Good night.